Execute! Execute! Are you not entertained? The Coliseum! Is this not why you're here? Execute!
What's going on, Cranksters? Welcome back to another Scalp and Chill. I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening, morning, good night, whatever it might be. And just like the thumbnail says, it's a 50-50 shot here. What is Bitcoin going to do? It is decision time. We have been just playing around on this price action. And man, we have just been playing around on this price action with Bitcoin. I got SpaceX pulled up. What a hell of a day for SpaceX, huh? Brother, I'm talking this thing has just been bulls on parade, you know, so much, all of those shares being released, you would have thought that people would have wanted to sell, and that's just not the case. It really just goes to show you that, retail sentiment has no fucking clue what they're talking about. It really just goes to show you guys that, retail has no clue what they're talking about. So I'm here to just encourage you guys that if you're out there listening to spaces or you're out there listening to people that know what the hell they're talking about, dude, everybody was talking about SpaceX just getting completely murdered due to this unlock of shares. And you know what? That's not the case. That is absolutely not the case. This thing is bulls on parade right now. Absolutely bulls on parade. And so, as far as Bitcoin goes, we've been talking about this for a long time. And, price is finally here to us. Price action is finally here, and I might even just take a little Bitcoin long right now, just a little piece here, and just see what we can come up with real quick, man. Just a little long, a little scalp long, man. It's really just 50-50, man, with these price actions. We're not getting any massive moves to the upside, to the downside, but USDT dominance has kind of been telling us the story right now. Look, we have been absolutely trading this range with Bitcoin, and I mean with USDT dominance, you can see here came up to the trend line, again to the trend line, again to the trend line, finally broke down, and now we're flipping it into resistance. This is serious decision time, Crankster. Serious decision time. And what we're looking at right now here, all right, what we're looking at right now is either two things are about to happen. USDT dominance is truly about to break down, right? We have these huge levels down below us. Either USDT dominance is about to break down, and I mean, it's just this huge volume gap here. First little stall is going to be right here on these double bottoms right in here. That level is going to be there as well as here. And why do we say that? Again, if I just move these trend lines, you guys can see this is where we had this double bottom before. USDT dominance got a pretty nice big good bounce, right? Did end up getting a nice good bounce. And let me close this out real quick here. All right, cool. So I'm inside of the Bitcoin long. We're going to take a nice little a $2 million Bitcoin long. Let's see how that plays out, guys. I'm just looking to scalp. I'm looking to scalp Bitcoin real quick. We'll get stopped out underneath this, but you know what? Let's see if Bitcoin can just get a little pop. I'm not looking for much, guys. Just a little pop. We're up another $700 right now, so we're about break even with our fees. Let's just go $65,000. Let's just see if Bitcoin can get a little pop around to 65,010, and we'll make a quick 4Gs, man. $3,500 after our fee here. So let's see. We'll keep an eye out on that while we're streaming. All right, we will keep an eye out on that while we're streaming. Let's go back over here again. USDT dominance. Either two scenarios are literally about to play out, right? We have this massive range on USDT dominance. You guys can see it. It's literally between these highs at 9.24, right? And these bottoms here right about 8.17. So if USDT dominance is breaking this trend line, this macro trend line, right, on the daily, we're playing below it. We are now, if I was just going to hide this, let's just go ahead and let's hide this for a second. You guys can see here's a touch here. Here's a touch below. Here's a touch here. Again, we finally break down out of this kind of little uptrend, right? Out of this little uptrend. We are now turning that uptrend into resistance. If this decides to break down, our first line of support is going to be here for USDT dominance. And again, this just means that if this breaks down, Bitcoin is absolutely getting ready to have a pump. So here's the thing. If we break down to 8.17, right? 8.18, 8.17. All right. And again, we call it the ditty bitty tango. We break it down. We say the ditty bitty tango, USDT dominance to BTC. We know that they're perfectly inversely correlated. We know that they're perfectly inversely correlated. We trade these things every single day, right? So if USDT dominance is going to get this next leg down, just a nice little, and I mean, there's two levels. There's one here, and then our next one is going to be down here, right? We have two levels. So what does that mean for Bitcoin? Where is Bitcoin going? If it's a 50-50, we're either breaking down, again, if I hit all of this, we are either breaking down towards this support right in here. We had support here, here. If this ends up happening, where does that put Bitcoin? But before we go to Bitcoin, we need to understand the current market structure that we're in, the environment change, that either two scenarios is about to play out. Either one, we break down to these two levels, or two, USDT dominance comes right back in to the top of this range and really goes for it. There's only two levels. This is super, especially because there's so many things, guys. There's so many things here. 4-year cycle theory, USDT dominance, BTC. It is decision time. This is exactly why my thumbnail specifically says 50-50. It can go either way. Nobody knows what's about to happen. We can say that, you know what, based off of probabilities, Bitcoin should be starting to put in its bottom within the next 90 days, right? Between the next 2 months, really. 2-3 months, Bitcoin should be putting in its bottom. We don't know. But here's the thing is that if USDT dominance, right? USDT dominance breaks down, Bitcoin is going to squeeze. Bitcoin is going to squeeze hard, all right? Now, if USDT dominance breaks back up and heads right back into our trend lines, right? This macro trend right in here, we could see that if it was to break up, get back into this, something like this, and then roll out, this is the scenario, okay? To the downside, Bitcoin is going to have a very, very, very strong squeeze. And we're going to go over those targets. If USDT dominance breaks up and back into the trend lines, back into the trend, and then breaks out. So again, breaks up, finds support, Bitcoin kind of chills out, and then breaks out. That would mean that if we see this move back up into here, Bitcoin's coming down to $60,000, $61,000. This initial move right here, right, on USDT dominance from here to here, just to get back into this trend, right? Just to get back into this trend that we've had. Bitcoin is going to end up touching $61,000 to $60,000, right? And then what that means too is if we have this pullback back in this trend before the breakout, if this scenario plays out, that would mean that Bitcoin's going to end up going to pop. We come into 60, 61, and then we bounce back up to 63, 64. And then if this breaks out, Bitcoin finally gets to put in its bottom. Boom. Based off of 4-year cycle theory, based off of the targets, based off of the levels, USDT dominance. And again, it is decision time. It is super decision time right now. So again, now that we have this here, we can then look at Bitcoin, right? And we know that they're perfectly inversely correlated. If this is sitting here on the daily and we just broke it down for you, we could then go to the daily to Bitcoin and say, you know what? Look, let's look at Bitcoin real quick. This is Bitcoin on the daily. Hold on, this isn't Bitcoin. That's XRP. That'd be looking like shit. Here's Bitcoin. All right, this is Bitcoin right here. And if we cleaned up this chart and we said the exact same thing, we have these lower highs right in here, right? We have these lower highs. We have this current trend line right in here. We have this current trend line, kind of broke down just a little bit. Again, we actually had the trend line like this. And let me just remind people that we are in an environment change. An environment change. And what do I mean by that? If I just, first of all, we got to clean this up real fast. We got to really clean this up. Let's get a parallel channel. And it has been a pie the pullback scenario, right? This is it right here. This has been just our flat trend here. We literally, every single time we pull back, you buy. We pull back, you buy. You pull back, we buy. Well, it is literally trap season, because the reason I say that is if we were to look at this And what do I mean by an environment change? Again, this was it right here. And look, we are breaking out of the downtrend. This is serious, serious decision time. Because here's the thing. If this was very similar to something like this, right? We're breaking out. Are we going to get the move down, or are we going to get the squeeze? This is a no trade zone. I have been telling the cranksters this for almost 3-4 days now. The trend is your friend until the end, and almost every trend breaks either up or down. You do not want to get caught on the wrong side of that trade, because this next move is going to be super, super, super violent, right? It's going to be super violent. We know it. So the thing is we could say that, yeah, it's breaking out. Bitcoin's getting ready to just go. It's the squeezing scenario. It's breaking out. Nobody knows. If anybody's telling you that they know, you know what? It did something very similar to right here. Kind of got a little breakout, right? Got a little breakout here. And then it ended up rolling over. So again, this is really a no trade zone until, one, USDT dominance breaks down, which means that you will end up getting the squeeze up to about $70,000 to $73,000, right? 70 to 73 is going to be our target. Where do we get that target from? Well, there is a macro trend line here. We go from here to here, right on in. Macro, macro, macro downtrend trend line. Macro, macro, macro. Okay? So again, we could see from here up at $96,000, again up at $82,000. There's two confluences on how do we get to 70 to 73. Well, for one, we have the downtrend on the macro trend line, right? Two, we just pull a fib level from this high to this low. Well, cranksters, let me show you. Double confluence here that if we do end up getting that squeeze, we can see a macro golden pocket here right around $73,000. This, and again, simple trading is the best trading. I keep explaining this to you guys that we use support, resistance, volume, fib levels, and market cipher. Everybody thinks they have the sauce, but you know what? Everybody bends a knee to discipline. This is real day trading, simple trading. You know what? There's a lot. Here's what's super cool. In the Coliseum, I explain that simple trading is the best trading. Now, I know some analysts that use a lot of different indicators. I know they use a lot of different oscillators, indicators. Oh, man, they use so many things. But what's really weird is we end up getting to the same numbers. There's more way, what do they say? There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? More than one way to skin a cat. Now, when we look at our indicators inside of the Coliseum, which is simple trading, support, resistance, volume, fib levels, and market cipher, we could see right now that the squeeze based off of the daily on market cipher, we should see the squeeze. The last time, and I've explained this on three different occasions here, right? We have it here, and now, right? Actually, yeah, 3 different occasions, and we don't know if this one's going to play out. That's what it was. So again, we could see here, if we just go out to the 3-day and we were to look at this on 3 different occasions, hold on, let's just keep it on the daily, because the daily is going to show us exactly what I'm talking about. All right, look at this. We have this scenario right here, 1, and I don't know what color to put this, but the second scenario is going to be 2, and our third scenario is happening right now. We literally have a very strong momentum wave to the downside. We had our bottom, our dip. We had the next dip. Momentum wave was much weaker, right? Much, much weaker. We then have the money flow crossing into the green, all right? Shout out to CryptoFace and Market Cipher. He explains this, that when you water the plants, things grow, all right? When money flow is exiting the asset, money flow turns red. When money flow is entering into the asset, it turns green, right? And so we could see that whenever this happened here, but our momentum waves were weak to the downside, money flow is starting to just turn into the green, right? What ended up happening? Again, the market pumped. Boom. We then see the next scenario, a very, very, very deep momentum wave, right? We get the bottom. We then see our next dip. Momentum wave was very, very weak. We then see money flow entering into the asset. What did we get? We went ahead and we saw our pop. Well. I keep telling y'all, this should be a pump, but we don't know yet. Because again, from our third scenario that we're walking out now, history does not need to repeat itself, but it can have a rhyme and a rhythm, right? It can have a rhyme and a rhythm. We have deep momentum waves. We have our bottom. Weaker momentum waves to the downside. Money flow starting to cross. Will we end up seeing our pop? We don't know. To be determined. All we can do is try to prepare ourselves. And here's the thing, is that if you're not in a trade right now, and what do I mean by that? If you're not in a trade right now, from the bottom, you don't want to buy the top and top blast this bastard right here, right? You don't want to top blast this. You should have already been inside of a long trade from the bottoms. Again, if we know that this is our trend, you should have been long from down here. I already closed out my trade. I had the trade from the bottom. All right, I took the scalp. I'm happy scalping. I'm happy with locking it in. I don't need any more than what I already got. There's always another trade. Right now, the reason why I say it's 50-50 and it's really a no trade zone is because of probabilities. We look for high probability trades. And for right now, it's 50-50. On our other trades, I would say it's like an 80-90% playing off of the trend line. When we long these, we got a high probability that we're going to go ahead and get a bounce. When you guys are doing this and everybody's buying these tops, boom, crushed, boom, crushed, boom, crushed, boom, crushed. But the problem is that yes, we could say this should be shorting territory, right? This should be shorting territory. But we also know that every single time we got these things and we shorted this, the trend finally breaks, right? Same thing here. We know that every single time we went to go ahead and try to short this, boom, it broke. Try to short it again, boom, it broke. Do you see what I'm saying, Cranksters? Is that we are in that environment change right now where there's a 50-50. These trades right now are very, 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 very tough, and you don't want to be on the, you don't want to be on the long side, and we end up getting that massive breakdown like we saw here, right? We don't want to do that. You also don't want to be on the short side, and we get the fucking squeeze from hell, right? You don't want that either. The trades are super 50-50 right now. And so for me, this is a massive, massive no trade zone. I mean, I'll take little scalps. But here's the thing. I'm going to take little scalps. I'll be in and out, you know what I mean? When I'm looking at this, I'll just take a little, I'll size up. I'll take little scalps from here to there, get stopped out down here, not have a lot of risk at play. You know what I'm saying? I will absolutely take these little scalps because within a trend, you're going to have some form of structure to scalp, right? You absolutely will. But from everything I showed you guys, it is decision time, and it is going to be scary. It's going to be scary, Cranksters. Let's go ahead and do a quick shout out real quick. What's going on, Cody Woody? What's happening? What's up, Terry? Put it in reverse, Terry. We got OG. We got Salty. What's going on? What's up, Jagger? Terry, take it out of neutral. What's going on, Dr. Crypto? Thank you for stopping by. Crypto Lion. What's going on? We've got our boy Razorback, our boy Gates, Diego. Yeah, it's good to see everybody, man. It's absolutely great to see everybody. Like I said, this is a toughie. What's up, Jucripa? This is a toughie, guys. And I'm here to tell you that we've had such an amazing month trading, right? We've had such an amazing month. If I just clean up all of this right now, and I was just to go like into a 20-minute, we've had an excellent time. Even just the 1 hour, we've had an excellent time scalping this whole, all of this, all of that right there. Boom, absolutely scalping all of this. We've had a phenomenal time scalping the pullbacks from here to here. These are great ranges, great trends, excellent and easy to know that if I was to go ahead and take a short here, I get stopped out right above it. If I take the long here, I just get stopped out right below it. If I took the long here, I just put the stop right below it. If I took the short here, I just put the stop. Do you understand? We have higher probabilities for our trades, higher probabilities in these ranges, right? Eventually, we're going to get smoked, and that's where the trend ends. It's the same thing on the downside in that environment change. Oh, look, it should be this is the pullback. It should be coming. No, it's not. We had the environment change, and now here we are. Do you see what I'm saying? And so to understand these things, it's going to take a couple of years, guys. You guys got to be really cognizant of momentum, environment shifts, and these environment shifts will help you make a lot of great, I smell profits everywhere. These little things in the market are going to help you guys have better trades, higher probability trades. Understand that it's time to lock it in or get out much, much, much quicker, right? And so again, that's exactly where we're at right now, man. Tonight this is tough. This is tough price action. This is tough price action right now. All right, very, very, very tough price action. You know what? A great asset to be. Get down, Solana. Go on. A great asset to be trading right now that does have momentum is SpaceX. You know what? We had some great scalps today on SpaceX. And, you know, before we move on to any other assets, Bitcoin right now, knowing that it's a 50-50, could this thing break down? It did the exact same thing here, guys. Look, it did the exact same thing here. Kind of just had the same thing. This is very, very, very similar price action. I would say that if we do end up losing 61.5, then Bitcoin, so 61.5 is going to be huge because, again, we just pulled the fib from this low to the highs. 61.1, really. 61.1 to 61.5 is a massive, massive, massive level. Massive level. You do not want to, again, we like seeing higher lows, right? We like, let's go back here. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. We like seeing higher lows into these golden pockets, right? So if we do end up breaking down, you would like to see this golden pocket hold and then sweep the highs up into that $73,000, 68 to 73,000. If this does not hold, whoop, 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 whoop. This thing's coming down, dude. And really the targets on the you know, Bitcoin's targets, guys, for a Bitcoin bottom, I've been saying it, between $41,000 and $49,000, somewhere in here. And you know what? Some people could say, oh, Crank, you're fucking crazy. Whatever, dude. You know what? I've been calling for $50,000 since we were up at over 100. And, you know, everybody can just fucking suck it because look at all those hopiums, all those spaces that people are in, all these people just saying, oh, shit, the 4-year cycle's over. Oh, shit. Who's going to sell? Who's actually going to sell Bitcoin? Who's going to sell Bitcoin? Well, just look at the fucking chart. Everyone's selling Bitcoin, dude. This is a macro downtrend. Now, that's not to say that, you know what, again, 4-year cycles, you know, 4-year cycles, we know that somewhere it's time to start putting in a bottom. And then it's time to start going through our grueling sideways, right? Our grueling sideways action. And the chart's going to look something like this, right? Where we do end up putting in our bottom between 41 and 50. And, you know, we could always shorten this up, right? We can always shorten it up. We don't know. Shit, I don't know. I just know that almost every single cycle, we do end up getting anywhere between a 60, 70, 80% pullback. I will be happy in the lower 60s, lower mid 60s. I will take that. If we know, you know, and everyone says it's different, bitch, you won't know it's different until way after the candles have been printed and we're back into a bull market. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. But based off of 15 years of price action, you know, let's go to a better chart here. Let's go out to an old, the old Mr. Bitstamp here. You know, when we look at this, we could say, boom, 87%. We go to the next one here. Well, 83%, 84. Okay. Oh, let's go to the next one here. 77%. Okay, cool. 50%, 54, 53. I'd be happy. And again, let me just explain something to everybody here. And this is what I keep talking to everybody. I do not like how Bitcoin came in. All right. I do not like how Bitcoin came in and dipped its toes. All right. Here's a bottom right here. Dipped once, dipped very lightly, dipped again. Do you think Bitcoin likes dipping its toes into shit? Absolutely not. This sucker right here, guys, when it makes a bottom, it's fucking violent. Boom. 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 All right? When Bitcoin makes a bottom, and again, we're not going to know how it's going to play out. We don't know yet, right? We absolutely don't know. This could be the bottom. We'll adjust our analysis. But you know what? When Bitcoin makes a bottom, and I've been doing this a long time, when Bitcoin makes a bottom, you guys could see violent. Does this look violent to you? Dipping its toes to see, hey, is the liquidity, just dipping its toes in it? No, Bitcoin don't dip its toes into shit. When Bitcoin makes a bottom, dude, it's violent. It's violent, and it throws everybody off guard, and it's so short-lived, hardly anybody's going to be able to catch it, right? And so that's what we're looking at here. Now, I did see an interesting chart, and this is on, I saw this from Crypto Rover. I like this chart that he said because I do believe what's going to end up happening here. We do have 1350, a macro. You guys could see if we rolled over one more time, if we were to inversely make this chart right, inverse this chart, you guys could see, doesn't this look bullish? Doesn't this look bullish? If I was just to inverse, look, macro downtrend, you inverse it right, it looks like a bull trend. All you're doing is just flipping the chart upside down. I can absolutely see pulling out these bars pattern again, right? If we were to do these bars pattern again, one more time, brother, one more time, right? We end up doing something like that. One more time. We end up putting in that bottom right around $1,300 for ETH, and then it's off to the races, right? It would be off. And if we just flip that backwards, we would just say, you know what? It looked like that. Well, what do you know? Would it not? It would look something very, 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 very similar to that. Boom. One more time. We just roll on over. We end up putting in that bottom for ETH, right around $1,400, and then we head right up to the top. It looks absolutely beautiful. Look at this, inversely correlated. You'd say, oh, look, that's an uptrend. Hey, Crank, but that's an uptrend, right? Oh, yeah, well, it's inversely correlated. It's inverse. I'm sorry, it's not inversely correlated. It's inverse. It's the chart's upside down, right? The chart is upside down. And I do think that this is going to play out as well. I really do. I think that this is going to end up playing out as well. But I do, it's going to be short-lived. It's going to be short-lived. You guys need to be prepared to where if this does end up doing this, these are killer trades. I know that I am a scalper, guys. I am a scalper. I tell the world that I will swing trade this shit when momentum gets back on our side. I understand what kind of swing trader I am, that when momentum's on my side to the upside, I'm not a very good trader as a swing trader to the downside. You know what? I was fortunate enough to make that wicked Bitcoin short from 125 down to $72,000. We posted the P&Ls. We had it. I held that trade forever. And we ended up breaking through, man. But you know what? I do think that Ethereum is going to be an absolutely killer play. This looks like it's just perfectly lined up. I really like this trade. I really do. I really like this trade. And so I'm going to be prepared for one more leg down on ETH, one more leg down on Bitcoin, and then we can start our, for one, we are going to start some shit where we end up taking our leveraged, I'm going to be taking a leveraged long. high margin, low leverage, 2, 3, 4 to 7x. That way this thing can play out and make me a lot of money. And when I say a lot of money, I mean a lot of money. I'm really excited about this trade because once we do this final capitulation or put in this bottom, right, then we end up starting that grueling process like this. You know, if we do end up dropping down, and I don't think we're coming this low here. This might be a bad example. Let's do something more like a capitulation wick to this. This would be more realistic. Something like that, right? We tank down in it like this. Let's get rid of this one. Something like that. Capitulates again back down, and then we are off. We're off to the races, right? This is going to be so short-lived on ETH. And everybody needs to be prepared for it because, you know, that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. These trades are here. They're coming for us. They're coming for us, and it only belongs to those who pay attention. It only belongs to those that pay attention. And so understanding that we're charting it out, this is part of the education that I talk about inside of the Coliseum. We are charting it out. We're setting our alerts. We're being cognizant. We're not being afraid. When these moves happen for the bottom, right, they're short-lived, which means that while the fucking news and the spaces and all these influencers are going to be like, oh, it's coming worse and everything's just horrible, this is it. This is the moment. This is time. We've prepared. We're ready to execute these phenomenal trades that are going to end up playing out over the next 18 months, okay? So again, I'm really looking at Ethereum. This is a really, really great trade. I can tell you another coin right now, too, BNB. Looking at BNB, I want BNB right around underneath $500. I think BNB is a solid player. We could see that in a bear market, we absolutely have higher highs, higher lows. BNB is just a front runner. I think BNB was absolutely going to be doing really, really well. Hyperliquid, we could see here. My targets haven't changed. I have Hyperliquid in the 40s. All right, low 40s. So I do want to see Hyperliquid. And again, it's not hard to see these targets. Hyperliquid's done it before. 65% pullbacks. We could see from here just to this golden pocket would be about 45%. Easy work. Easy work for these things, guys. Anything that goes up from $20 to $80, right? Goes up almost 300%, can absolutely make itself just a nice little solid pullback before we end up ripping, right? We end up just coming down and then we rip, absolutely rip going into this next. Solana would be another one here on the weekly here. Good old Solana. I have targets right here, right around 52 to 40, really $40, $41, somewhere in here. The problem is with Solana, okay, that if altcoins are going to take another leg down with Bitcoin, if we end up seeing that, we're going to end up seeing that if we pull this fixed volume range right here and we go from like just these lows to here, it's a fucking vacuum, dude. It's bad. So you really want to hold sub 50s if we do end up seeing this next leg down like with ETH. We see these, we do end up seeing this last leg down. You really want to see Solana hold because, again, the volume it's bad. It's right here. Our next order will be right down at 41, right? And then right below that is this massive sucker right above, and that's going to be in the 20s, somewhere in the 20s for Sol. And so we just got to be cognizant. Yep, stick to the charts, stick to the TA, drown out the narratives. Don't be a narrative trader, okay, guys? Just stick to the TA, stick to what works. And these are very macros. This evening, you know, we're normally scalping, guys. We're using 20 minutes in the 1 hour. We're locking it in. We're knocking it out of the park. And, you know, you guys are going to see a different CryptoCrank. It's all in seasons, all right? We will swing trade when momentum is on our time. Like, dude, go ahead and swing trade $65,000 and have all the confidence in the world that we're going to 70 and watch you get blown out of the park. Go swing trade that. I fucking dare you. I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. You know? It's just, we'll swing trade when the narratives, not narratives, but when momentum's on our side, right? When the environment shift happens. And so Solana, somewhere in the 50s, I'm looking to take that exact same trade. Let's also look, the one that I'm not excited about here is XRP. When it does this, it typically will do something like this. It'll look bad. XRP looks horrible, dude. 75 cents. XRP be looking real bad. When it does something like that, it's bad. 75, right up on top here, 75 to 80 cents. I think that it's going to be a violent move. I think it'll correct more than the others for some reason. Now, I don't know if the team will be selling. Those guys sell. I don't know if the XRP army, I don't know what it might be, but this chart compared to the others, I'm telling you right now, does not look good. And I do think that if we do drop, it's going to be flipping this support down in here, right? Something right in here, right in there is where I'd be looking for XRP, guys. And again, this is realistic alpha right here. This is not fucking fairy tales. This is bottoming time. If you want to buy your altcoins and you want to get in that Bitcoin, now is the time to be more cognizant and violent with your levels and your education in the charts than at any time of the season. It is time right now, especially going into the next 12 months, right? The next 12 months, guys, are typically the massive accumulation phase. We put in a bottom, and then we go sideways for 6 months, 600 days, right? This is exactly the way it plays out. And so again, it only belongs to those who pay attention. We've knocked out. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to chart out serious shitters. I don't believe in all those other little shitters. You know what I'm saying? I believe if it's an institutional bull run and it's an institutional bear market, I would say that we need to stick to institutional assets. And right now, institutional assets are Bitcoin, Ethereum, hyperliquid Solana, XRP, and then we go into Tron and BNB. These are institutional assets. You know what? I know things with an ETF attached to it. And I know some fucker said the other day, well, AVAX has a ETF attached to it. Brother, get out of here, bro. No. Go to bed. Look at that chart. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, you want to buy it at $3, be my guest. Could you make some money? Cool. I just think that the capital rotation is going to end up being into the big top ETF institutional players. That's where big money is going to put money. Big money is going to be, again, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, BNB, Hyperliquid, and Tron. Big money. That's where big money is going to go. Doesn't mean that you can't make good money, right? Here's the thing. You don't even need, let's just say if you're a friend of Avalanche here and you like it and you want it in the $4, yeah, do I think that you can get this pop right here? Do I think it puts in a new all-time high? I do not think that Avalanche puts in a new all-time high. I'll be absolutely floored. But here's the thing, that if it does end up making this move and you do believe in it and you get it somewhere down in here, like at the $4 range, $5, you're going to make 300% on your money. It's just that when I talk about institutional assets and institutional bull runs and institutional bear markets, I would rather take my trade, and I would rather, I know ETH's coming back. Guys, this is, when I would take my risk and make my 300% on Ethereum over Avalanche. Percentages are percentages, right? You don't have to buy a full Ethereum. You guys can buy $500 worth. You could buy fractional shares. You could buy whatever you want. But when we're at this stage of the game, right, there's no reason to believe that if Avalanche didn't put in its high the last time, right, we couldn't get out of, we didn't get anywhere close to this shit, man. We couldn't get anywhere close to these all-time highs, right? $100. I think it's even higher if we go to AVAX. If we go even to like a longer chart here, we could see prices like, dude, all the way up here at $150. Right? Didn't even get anywhere close. So my expectations would be on a downward trend line. Yes, you can make $300 on something like this. Boom, 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 all day. Just put it in a lower high. Cool. You're going to make some killer money. Same thing here. Chainlink. You know, I'll be the first to tell you, I drank the Kool-Aid on Chainlink. I thought we were going to get something like this, and we were going to get $126, $100 Chainlink. Did not happen. The money did not rotate. Okay? But that doesn't mean that you can't make money for a lower high. And if we end up seeing this and you end up getting it somewhere in the $6 range, right? And we get this final dip, doesn't mean you can't make 200-300%. That's a lot of money. But when we're talking about risk to reward, I'll take my 200-300% even on Solana. Very, 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 very easy. Even for Sol, $72 just to get back up. Do you not think that Sol's not going to put in a new high and get back to $280? I think Solana is getting back to $280. So when I look at my risk to reward, okay, I'll take my risk on a better asset called an institutional asset, institutional bull run, institutional bear market. I think you guys are understanding what I'm talking about and how we're breaking this down. And you guys are also seeing very clear an institutional asset with a clean chart in a bear market compared to assets that look absolutely awful. This chart looks awful. ADA looks absolutely awful. Another one, again, does not mean, and I keep saying this, that you can't make money. You absolutely can. You get it from that 16 cents. Look, there's your 300% again. I will just take my odds on an institutional asset. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, right? BNB, Tron, Hyperliquid. I would rather take I would rather, that's just the way I'm looking at it. You know, very, very simple, guys. When you go through these, just zoom out. This is very macro TA. And the reason being is, like I said, we'll swing trade and we'll get into the macro, but we're going to get into the macro when the right timing is, that environment change is happening, right? And that environment change is happening. It's time. It is time, cranksters. It is absolutely, hold on real quick here. I don't know which account I'm logging into. Let me just a second here. I'm trying to log in real quick. Up in here. Hold on. Yeah, guys, if you guys can as well, make sure to like the stream. If you guys like this content and what you see, simple TA, simple trading is the best trading. Being real, man, no bias. Maybe I'm just complete bonehead. Maybe I'm just complete fucking idiot, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, and none of this plays out, right? None of this plays out, and we don't end up seeing these prices. Bitcoin bottom is in. Absolutely could be the case. But see, the difference between my bias and somebody else's is I got the power of leverage. If the market's on, I can... Dude, I'll get my money. Just because you got an extra 10, 20% doesn't mean I'm not going to get mine. Really? I could turn on 10x leverage and catch your move in a single day, buddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I'm a kangaroo. I teach the Coliseum to be a kangaroo. We're in, we're out, but we're not biased to any direction. We're open. Could the bottom be in? Absolutely. Do I think it is? No. Do I think it's an institutional bull run, institutional assets? Absolutely, which means that I'm going to participate in that manner, right? I'm going to participate in the market in that manner. I'm not going to do it anywhere else. I'm not going to be listening to influencers, the hopium, the narratives. I'm not doing any of that. I'm sticking to the TA. Excuse me. If you love ADA more than Solana, just understand you're going to get your same 3x. Boom. How much ADA do you need to make a lot of money? Well, you know what? If I want to make 300 grand on ADA, that means I need to make, I need to put 100 G's in it. If I want to make $15,000, I need to probably put 5 grand into it, right? Not, I think I'm going to put 5 grand into ADA and it's going to turn into, I'm going to get a 20x. I just, in what fucking world, bro? all of these coins, all of these projects should have had the capital rotation flow into them when Bitcoin was $100,000. We saw parabolic altcoin prices when Bitcoin was barely at $60,000 to $64,000 the first time. When we see a $100,000, $120,000 Bitcoin, and that rotation did not happen, all right? Gigs up. Nobody's drinking the Kool-Aid anymore, guys. Institutional bull run, institutional bear market. Very, very, very simple. Institutional money ran the last cycle. They did not rotate. And how do we know that? Because again, you don't have to take CryptoCrank's word for it, the Coliseum. You know what? The old rule of thumb, right, was BTC.D. And when we looked at the Bitcoin market cap, we saw every single time in history, right? When we look at this, every single time we looked at this, when this massive BTC dominance chart capitulated, it was on like Donkey Kong. No chart except for one, all right? And this is what I mean. If I go to ADA, BTC. Oh, brother, ooh, rotation did not happen. Brother, ooh, did not happen, no. Let's go to Link, BTC. Oh, brother, ooh, look, no, capital rotation did not happen. Didn't have a massive pump. This is 2020. Didn't happen. Sorry, buddies. Sorry, ladies. Listen, everybody. Sorry, lady. Let's look at the ETH BTC. All right, a big one. Oh, brother, didn't happen. Not even the granddaddy ETH. It didn't happen. Oh, fuck, what's going on right now? It didn't happen. Oh, here we go. You see what I'm saying? Didn't happen. We go over to one chart that it did happen because it is an institutional asset and it's one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world. And its name is the only altcoin that got the capital rotation was Mr. CZ. He got out of prison. He ended up having to pay $4 billion, right? And I don't know what the story is, but I like me a good theory, right? The only token that actually got capital rotation from an altcoin to Bitcoin was BNB. Whoa, whoa, Gina, look at this. Whoa, capital rotation at its finest. Everything else is fucked, right? Everything else went down like this. Just completely capitulated. Looks like this. Capital rotation absolutely happened here, all right, with BNB. Institutional assets, institutional bear markets. You get to see exactly what I'm talking about. And BNB, BTC absolutely had the rotation. Match up the dates, match up everything. All right, 2020. Look at this. 2022. Let's look at this. Let's go to a Monday, the 18th of 2022. Let's go to BTC dominance. All right, let's go to BTC dominance. .d. Let's go here. And let's also go out to like the 3-day. So let's look at this real quick here. What date was this? This was let's look at this here. Let's go, what we're saying, Monday the 18th. Let's just say something like this. Monday the 18th to the 20th, right? Where is Monday the 18th? Hold on, we got to zoom. Is this BTCD? Let's go out here to the 3-week. Let's look at this. September, August. Oh, brother. Look at this. Let's go here to May, August the 18th. When we look at this here and we see that rotation happen, actually, we got to go a little earlier here. Let's look at January 4th. I want to see January 4th. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is the best example. And this is what all of the altcoins should have done. Look at this. December, the last week of December, and look at the first week of January. When BTC dominance dumps and capitulates, altcoins should go up. This is the only coin, guys, that literally had its run. When BTC dominance completely capitulated, boom, this sucker ran. Look, when this thing, let's look at this date here. Let's look at this here. Let's go to October 24th, 22. October 24th. Where's October 24th of 22? Here's October
23rd, right in here. So when we ended up seeing this little pullback, we got another spurt. So again, when we got this minor pullback in here, all right. Wait, this is the 23rd. Let's look at this again. Hold on. Let's see. October 22nd, Monday the 24th. October 22nd, 2024 was right here. When we got this pullback right in here on BTC dominance, look exactly what BNB did. Long story short, guys, if you're looking for that capital rotation, it's typically in from BTC into altcoins. I showed you guys that it didn't happen. It just flat out didn't happen. Right now, what we're looking at right now is almost all the trading pairs. All the trading pairs went into Tether. Bitcoin. This is why I'm such a big guy on USDT dominance. This is why we trade it the way we do. And thank you so much, Terry. Terry, put it in reverse, Terry. For the $20 super chat, I really do appreciate it. And yeah, the SanDisk call this morning, guys. It was one of the big trades next to scalping SpaceX today. Let's go to SanDisk right here, and let's go to a 10-minute, and we could see. Let's see here. We had it from this morning. It was literally just from right here, from this bottom. We had it at $1,200. Some of the cranks just had targets of 1255. We ended up getting up to 1244. But this move alone, guys, this is a phenomenal trade. Real quick, make sure to get onto zoomex. Get onto zoomex, guys. Lock in your VIP tier 2s. I understand that new beginning traders are absolutely going to get mauled, right? You're going to absolutely get mauled by trading fees. VIP tier 2 is equivalent to VIP tier 6 on many other crypto exchanges. And so again, we're also now going to be trading stocks. Again, shout out to zoomex. They have listed multiple different stocks. When we look at this here, and let's just go over here. Let's go to stocks. Let's go ahead and show you guys the screen. All right. Let's go ahead and go over to stocks here. Let me show you guys. All right. So we have, let's go ahead and show the screen here. We have Tesla, the Qs, NVIDIA, MicroStrategy, SPY, Google, Coinbase, Amazon, Hood, Apple, Meta, Circle, SpaceX, MU, SKHY, SanDisk. Again, guys, a lot of different assets for us to be able to trade now. So, and everything is going to be pegged to Tether, which is awesome. All right, it's all directly pegged to Tether, guys. So, yeah, shout out to zoomex, man, and shout out to that SanDisk call. That was a killer trade today, guys. SanDisk and as well as SpaceX. With that being said, guys, I'm looking at these trades right now. I'm looking to see. Let's check in real quick. Let's log into the other account. Let's look at our long trade that I've been messing with here. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Well, it hasn't moved. We're still sitting here. Hasn't really popped yet. We're down about $700-800, about $1,400 with our fees. What's up with ETH? ETH really hasn't moved either. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Mid chop. Yep. There's really nothing else going on, Cranksters. That's kind of our day today. Look, it looks like maybe USDT dominance. We might get a little dip. USDT dominance, maybe it holds here, but if we do get this dip down into here, then we are going to get this pop on Bitcoin. Let's clean up all of this. Let's get back into the 1 minute. The beloved one. The beloved 1 minute. Let's see if we can get a little pop. And again, my target, guys, to make a quick $4,000 was right around here. Not looking for too much. We're not looking for too much. All right. I hope everybody's having a wonderful night, evening. We got the weekend going on. So you guys, this, normally during the week, we've been getting big dumps. And during the weekends, we've been getting the pumps. We haven't had any price action on Bitcoin for 3 days sitting up here at the top because it is a big trap. They're out there just trapping them. That big move is coming. Don't get caught on the wrong side of those candles. Absolutely do not get caught on the wrong side of those candles. Come on, Bitcoin. Can we get a little piece? Can Biddy get just a little piece? I don't know. Let's see if we can make a couple grand before we bounce, and then we can go and enjoy our weekend. I'm gonna be poolside. I'm gonna go hang out with my wife. Grandma's got the kids for one more day. Grandmammy got the kids for one more day. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Bitcoin's going up? Brother, what's everybody doing, man? Who's running this shit, by the way? Huh? That's what I want to know. Cody, we know. You've been doing a good job, dude. You've been doing a good job. We've heard about you. Gates, I know, dude. You've been doing a good job. Shout to Crypto Lion. Jagger, being disciplined as ever, man. Locking it in day by day, aren't you? I know. Francisco, we know that you've been locking it in, dude. You got that mad discipline in the month of August, don't you? I know you do. You're doing a good job. All right? Let's see here. Who else do we got? Digital Asset. Same deal, dude. How disciplined can you guys be? The last streams about August have literally been about not interfering with the process. And right now, it's not interfering with the environment change that we're about to go through on this next big move. So, Jacrippa, you've been doing a good job, dude. Oh, shit. I almost forgot. Salty, Benzie, and Dr. Crypto. Dr. Crypto, I gave you guys a couple of DMs, man. I was trying to call you guys to see if you guys wanted to extend your new car warranties. I meant to call you. I'm just kidding. Just having some fun right now. We're watching these trades. I'm just kicking it right now, guys. Like I said, I've been hanging out. Oh, brother. I hope you guys let's do some group TAs. We'll break it down. I like Dr. Crypto. You know, hopefully you like what I'm breaking down. There's no bias, man. One thing about me, and I think you understand from my streams and from the Coliseum, there's no bias. I don't. It's really weird, Dr. Crypto. You know, now that I've been entering into a lot more spaces, a lot of strong men with a lot of strong opinions, and really none of us know where the hell it's going. But with me, it's really weird how in the last 8 years I've just really I really stuck to just the charts and just the TA, and for some reason we end up just getting there, regardless of the narratives from the news, from a war, or even the whatever it might be. Just stick to the TA. And one thing that I absolutely tell the youngsters as well is, whether our levels are validated or invalidated, we don't care about the narratives in the news. We just stick to the TA. Real simple. Block out a lot of noise. Block out a lot of noise, But yeah, we got X money now. We do got X money, and we're coming up right on an hour. Let's see here, guys. How's our trade looking? Yeah. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. Originally, those guys were beating me up pretty hard, man. Those guys were, I don't even remember their names, but they were beating me up, telling me that I was retarded when we were at 80 grand. I'm like, dude, this thing's absolutely coming back down to the 60s. And then they're like, oh, dude, some of them blocked me. And then the moment we got back up into the 60s, Reality starts hitting everybody. You start unblocking people, and now all of a sudden it's just sticking to the charts. No more opinions, you know? Everyone thought Michael Saylor was going belly under. Dude, that boy just sold 1,600. Everyone thought that strategy was going under. They all thought that. Oh, my God. All of a sudden, the guy sells. You know, everyone's like, Bitcoin had a shitty day today because they sold 32 Bitcoin. Are you kidding me? Bitcoin's weak. Well, shit, they sold 1,600 and Bitcoin didn't move, and now Saylor's sitting on $100 million worth of cash. It's just funny, man. These narratives, I don't know, man. I don't know. Shout out. It's all good to them. You know what? Everyone's selling something, huh? Content, doing whatever. Everybody be doing a little something, man. You know, hopefully one day I'm one of those guys that, hopefully I'm one of those guys one of these days. I'm worth, you know, $100 million and I can just go into the spaces and talk that shit. Guys, I mean, this trade's not moving. Trade's not moving. Again, we got a $2 million, $2.6 million on the trade. We're down about $1,400. Nothing's happening, dude. Brother, ooh. Nothing's happening right now, huh? What's going on here? What's up with ETH, dude? Should we throw another milli? There's that 100. There's a milli right there. We'll throw a milli on ETH too. So now we got 1 million. We got $3.6 million worth of long sitting here. Let's see what happens. Can we just get a little pepperoni? All I'm asking for is like, let's go 19, 1650. We'll make 1,000 on that one if we can get it. Really, this I should probably just taken the head short, huh? We probably should have long Bitcoin and just taken the head short. Nice, that's a good trade. If Bitcoin was over 65 and you took that short, a lot of the cranksters were in that short from today up at 65. They took this sucker right up in here. Yeah, they sure did. Again, it should be short in territory. We just don't know, man. This is just such mid-chop. And look, here's what's even more scary. Every time you think you got it, oh, brother, ooh, look at that. Just whip flash, V-shaper. Every time you think you got it, This is Trap City right now. This is tough. Even for me, like I'm not in any big positions right now. I mean, I'm in 3.6 million now, but we're watching this. We're gonna watch these trades for a minute. I'll happily lose a couple grand. We're just gonna either make a few grand. This is like a 1-to-1 trade. Like a 1-to-1 trade. I'm probably going to end up jumping off, though, here in a bit. Look, USDT dominance might just actually get this bounce. It means that we're going to end up coming down. But let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I really have been liking this SpaceX, though. Sheesh, man. I've been trading the shit out of this SpaceX. Got a lot of trades in today. This thing... I am short SpaceX. I really do. I want this thing to come down to 127, at least 127. I don't know if we'll get it. This thing's been bulls on parade. Yesterday we had the trade down at 109. We had it from down here. Nice little scalp in there. Had no idea that this was going to happen. No idea that this was going to happen. This is wild. Absolutely wild on those trades right there. Again, I hope everybody's having a good night. I'm not doing anything right now, man. I'm just hanging out. Probably gonna go kick it with my wife, see what she's up to. Maybe we'll go chill in the pool for a bit. Again, grandma's gone, or grandma's got the kids, so we've just been enjoying our time together. It's been nice. I think tomorrow she said she wanted to go get her feet done, so we'll go get that done. I'd like to ask, how many of the men in the chat, dude, actually go with their wives to go get their feet done? Like a pedicure? I'm going to be the first to tell you I do. I have not. Dr. Crypto? Nadia, you don't even do your feet? Dude, I tell you what, I like the little Asian woman, dude. She massages my calves and just kind of cuts my toenails. Put it in some hot water. I mean, that's this. I don't have colors, man. I don't have no colors. I don't have any colors. Hold on. Let's get some lights going. I haven't seen all your beautiful faces in a minute. We got to get the original CryptoCrank back here. We're in $3.6 million worth of trades, and we're talking about getting our feet done. Who's running this shit, by the way? I do understand. I do feel that. Yeah, it is. It's about 150 bucks when we both go. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is pretty expensive. You know what I mean? To go get your, your nails. Yeah. What are we doing here, man? Yeah. Here we go. Who's running this? What are we doing? Are we going to make a couple G's? My name's Bruce. What do you know? Well, what do you know? Give us a little something. Beloved, give us a little something. Come on, Bitcoin. Give us just a wee bit more, please. A wee bit more. We're up another G here. Come on, give us a wee bit more. Because I'm going to get off of the stream, I don't even mind locking it in much earlier. If we get another pop, we make about $2,000. Who knows if we make it? Who knows if we make it? We've been running hot, man. We've been running pretty hot. Let's see if we can keep this trend rolling here. I guess I could lock it in now. I mean, for break even, I was hoping that we get a little higher. That way after these fees right now, because this is a 2.6, again, 2.6 milli. There's our fee right there. So we really need something like here. Like right in there. To truly make at least a quick $1,000 if we get it. SpaceX on the other account, the short's looking real nice. It'd be great if this thing came all the way back down to like 127. Be killer, man, to be honest with you. Get a whopper. Excuse me. I'll be right back. Let's see if I don't get burned while I'm gone. All right, Cranksters. The wife is already poolside. I was looking for her. I was scouring around the house to find out who the hell was running this shit. And yeah, she's already gone. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and jump off, guys. I'm gonna go enjoy. Be safe. Don't be caught on the opposite side of these candles because the big move is coming. It's right around the corner, guys. The Coliseum style. We do not chase big moves like that. Again, what we are going to do, because everybody knows, and we talk about this all the time, every single stream, in the Coliseums, in the mornings, in the weekends, in the evenings, we wait for the big move to happen, and then we get back into a nice big consolidation phase, right? What do I mean by that? After the big moves, we get into a consolidation phase. After a big move, even this consolidation, right? Where we're just literally just sideways, clear tops, clear bottoms for us to trade. This is just straight hunting right now. It's a 50-50. Yes, we could probably lose a few grand. Yes, we could probably make a couple G's if it bounces back up. But that's what we wait for. And that's the move that's getting ready to happen. Okay, guys? Again, everybody have a wonderful evening. Make sure to get lock in your VIP Tier 2 fees with zoomex. I will see... Let's you guys enjoy your weekend. I'll be live again on Sunday doing a market breakdown for the week, so that way we have our beginning baselines of where we should be looking. Hopefully we can get ourselves. Come on, man. Is this thing gonna just pop up? Give me what do we make at 64,960. Yeah, that'll be good. $2,400 minus our fee. We make quick $1,800. See, I'll take something like that. I'm gonna watch these trades from my phone, guys. But again, everybody have an absolute wonderful weekend. Stay blessed. Love every single one of you guys. Stay safe with your account. Understand that a break-even day is absolutely a winning day. But this weekend needs to be capital protection mode. You're not gonna be able to call it right. Even your best traders aren't gonna be able to call it right. And so again, capital protection mode. With that being said, Cranksters, peace.
Who are we? Cranksters. Where are we? The Coliseum. What do we do? Execute. Are you not entertained? The Coliseum. Is this not why you're here? Execute!